there is one thing that is like etched in my mind. It's like having a tombstone that's etched. I mean, this is just seared. He said to me these words, and I can hear it to this day. He said, "You have made a terrible mistake. But you are not a mistake." Think about those words. You have made a terrible mistake, but you are not a mistake. He proceeded to say, the choices that you make tonight, tomorrow, and in the future will define your life forever and the legacy you leave to your two children. Make those choices wisely.
Want a business ethics keynote speaker who offers more than just textbook theory? Chuck Gallagher provides eye-opening messages that raise ethics awareness and the potential for business growth to a new level. Every choice has a consequence, and in 1987, Chuck Gallagher made some bad choices at the height of his career, and he went from wearing a business suit to an orange jumpsuit some years later. So you might be asking yourself, why would I want a former convicted felon to speak to my organization about ethics and integrity? Why? Because Chuck has experienced firsthand how easy it is to move from ethical to unethical. Having rebuilt his life back to immense success, the lessons he learned allowed him to share a unique perspective unlike any other business ethics keynote speaker. Rather than taking the usual theoretical approach to ethics, which frankly can put an audience to sleep, Chuck captures attention by talking about his own journey from a human perspective, then combining it with a practical application. His presentations are sometimes humorous, often thought-provoking, and always impactful, but never textbook. So what will you, your people, and your company get out of all of it? A positive, compelling message that everyone will listen to and remember. A fresh perspective that will raise ethics awareness to a new level, reducing the likelihood of fraud and other unethical behaviors that put your business at risk. The motivation to make ethical choices that will lead to long-term success and profitability. And a valuable insight to help you develop an effective ethics program or make your existing program more effective. Contact Chuck Gallagher today to create an ethical culture of people who do the right thing, not because they have to, but because they want to.
I created an example, an aura, a concept of what success was. After I became 11/6/42/058, I found out that every illusion goes away. You can be a master illusionist, but eventually, in our lives, we come back to reality. No matter what we say, no matter how important we make ourselves, no matter how grand the illusion, eventually the truth comes out. I'm going to ask you a couple of quick questions. What do these three people have in common? You may be able to see this person. If you're from the South, since you're from Georgia, you might have an idea who that is. You're looking at him and you're saying, no, I don't know. Oh, that was former Governor Mark Sanford from the state of South Carolina. You remember our governor, the one that went to the Appalachian Trail, ended up in Argentina. He just got lost. We have a forgiving state, okay? Our state thought about changing the state song. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Kept his job, lost his wife. We ran for office, we elected him again. You got to ask yourself the question, what's the deal? But, you know, not to pick on anybody, we'll keep it in the Carolinas. You all know him, right? John Edwards. Now, I came from North Carolina before I lived in South Carolina, and I'm sitting there thinking, here's what you heard in the political circles. You heard, oh man, John Edwards, you know, he's got charisma. He's kind of like a young John F. Kennedy. I mean, he could say the right things. He had a videographer that, well, he got a bit too attached to. And then you've got this guy. Anthony Weiner. The Twitter king. Do y'all know something? If you know he ran for mayor of New York, if he had won, He was planning on running for president. Eric Holder was going to be his running mate. That would have been the Wiener Holder ticket. You look at these three guys and you ask yourself this one simple question. If you went back 10 to 12 years, and you ask any of them, would you make a choice that was stupid, unethical, immoral, or illegal that would derail your career? What do you think they would say? No. It would be the same thing if I stood up here and said, okay, I want you to raise your hand if you're prepared to make a mistake that's going to get you fired. Nobody's going to raise their hand. If I ask you, are you ethical? Everybody would say yes. Except that everybody also has the potential for making a choice or series of choices that could take you from what is comfortable and what you know to be right and what you believe in your heart you would choose to do, to doing something incredibly stupid. And here's three perfectly good examples of intelligent people who made some unintelligent choices.
Ethics in the workplace is a serious matter, but talking about it doesn't have to be business as usual. Chuck Gallagher, international business ethics expert, learned a lesson about choices and consequences the hard way. But now, he shares his experience so that others don't have to. In his compelling presentations, Chuck starts by setting the scene with his own story and ends by setting the stage for your organization's ethical success. Get real about business ethics with Straight Talk from Chuck Gallagher.